Yes, guys. So long time no see. I've been a little bit MIA the past while, but as you can see, I am back behind the wheel, which means that I'm back in the UK. So I'm back for Christmas holidays, I suppose you could call it. Am I still working? Absolutely, I am. But I'm just back to see some family and just have a really nice, wholesome time, see a few of the girls, because I always like to make the most of, like, you know, being back here and doing that, but obviously just trying to not get disowned by my family at the same time by doing too many work things. But yeah, so back in the UK, I got back in last night. The flight was delayed by like 3.5 hours. I was fuming, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do about it once you're there. Like, I was at the airport nice and early. My flight was supposed to leave at like 9:30. Didn't end up going until like close to 1. I was just like, oh, because they actually, the day before, they'd actually, what's it, like cloud seeding that they do in Dubai? So they made it rain. And I've heard that every time they make it rain, they're sort of scared to do it again because everything basically floods. And that's what happened because they have like no... they don't have the facilities to, or the infrastructure, I suppose is the better word, to actually drain the water. So everything just floods. So it was like loads of congestion, like on the runway once they clear the runway to be safe to fly off of. So yeah, that was all a little bit of a nightmare. And then when we got there, someone decided that they were going to fall ill on the plane, and then everyone had to wait until like the ambulance came and collected them. So it was a good trip back. But anyways, that also then meant that I missed my coach on the way back. So my dad, bless him, had to come pick me up because the next coach wasn't like for another 3 hours. Yeah, anyway, shit show. But got there eventually. I'm knackered, but we actually slept okay last night. It's kind of just settled me right into UK time, I guess. Although I did intend on being a little bit ahead, just down to the fact of, like, I wanted to be able to make it fairly straightforward to be, you know, getting back to Dubai in like 10 days time or so. It's just been a lot going on. Like, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of change on the horizon and making some really, really big moves, scary moves. But I suppose definitely is going to lead to a lot of growth for me. Like, I always say that whenever I feel a little bit scared, well, he's scared, fucking terrified. Whenever I feel like that and feel really uncomfortable and like, oh my God, like I feel like the rug has been has been just whipped out from under my feet. I'm like, this is good. This is a good thing because it will force growth out of me. It's literally just about just trying to make moves as quickly as possible and get everything all in order for when I get back to Dubai. Another thing before I forget is my lovely client Laura that I've worked with for quite some time. We've always had this goal of her doing like a photo shoot, which has finally come to fruition. Yesterday, she did her first ever shoot and it was incredible. She didn't give me a lot of notice for this particular one because the opportunity came up for her to do it. And she was like, look, can we make this happen? I was like, you know what? It's not ideal in terms of time. We only had like 9 weeks, but we can give it our absolute best. And oh my God, she looked incredible. Like, she lost, in those very sparing 9 weeks that we had, she lost 8 kilos. And the difference from when she started with me is absolutely crazy because obviously since she started with me, it's been more body weight than that, probably closer to 10, 12 kilos overall. So she's had, you know, it's been quite stressful for her, bless her, recently, and there's been a lot going on in her life and it's been very, very, very stressful. Oh my God, what are these people doing? It's been very, very stressful, and she had a few issues that she'd been dealing with her digestion over the past while, which she finally managed to get sorted with the doctor, so that's brilliant. After quite a lot of investigation and like time just sort of waiting on them to get their shit together. But anyways, just to see her accomplish this and be more locked in than what she ever has, more consistent than what she ever has been, I'm just so proud of her. So I'll obviously show you some pictures here, some behind the scenes, but I can't wait to show you the transformation because it's absolutely nuts. But yeah, like, little shout out to her because she absolutely killed it. Obviously, if you are someone who is looking for coaching in the new year and you would like to do something like a photo shoot, or you just want to get in shape for yourself, feel more confident for your holidays, maybe look to prep for a competition in the future, I will leave the link to inquire for coaching with myself in the description box below, and just drop me a little message there and I will get back to you and we'll have a chat about your goals and where you are currently at. I also have the group shoot, obviously, for next year booked in on the 13th of June. So if you would like to get involved with that and join the girls who are on the team that are doing it, I would absolutely love to have you. So yeah, just drop me an inquiry should you want to find out a little bit more information on either that or just my normal coaching services, and I would love to hear from you. So this was actually a really, really good upper session with the girls to break the ice when I first got back to the UK. Honestly, really good to catch up with Ellie because she is now transitioning from her reverse, from her like sort of post-show phase into her off-season now that she has gained a little bit of body fat back and she actually feels human again. So it's good to see her almost able to push it a little bit harder because the last time obviously I saw her she was deep in her competition prep and she was doing the last couple of shows of the year, so training back like for her back then looks very, very different to her training now, and she's definitely looking like she's filling out in all the right places, just seeing her in person as well outside of just seeing her and checking pictures. So really happy with how she's looking and how she's doing at the moment, and finally back training to failure. So for her we'll be getting some blood work done soon, and then obviously we will then be getting really stuck into the remainder of her off season. So I also now coach her sister, Soph, who has had a few health struggles, like obviously over the past few years of her life, bless her, and it's made it really, really difficult for her to have the confidence or, to be quite honest with you, like the motivation to be in the gym, and that's really held her back. But ultimately, she's taken this jump for herself to work with me, and she has absolutely killed it. I cannot even explain how proud I am of her. She doesn't have an easy time on a day-to-day basis, that's for sure, but it doesn't stop her from showing up and giving her full effort wherever she can. It's not about perfection. It's about actually having a plan in place that is realistic for you and that you can actually be consistent with long-term to see results. Okay guys, just wanted to get the Christmas tree in the background. Well, it's like more almost like a Christmas wall, just for the festive feels. I'm definitely not feeling very festive this year, but it's now Sunday, so the following day. Obviously yesterday you would have seen my training session with Ellie and Soph. What I just can't get over is how much Soph has actually changed, and actually Ellie as well. Like, Ellie is like 8 weeks post-show, she's done incredible this reverse, because reversing from a show is not easy, and she's nailed it. So she's looking fantastic, in the perfect spot. Soph's lost a good few kilos, actually, probably coming up to like 7 kilos or something like that now, which is mental. She looks so different and so much more confident in herself too, which is so good to see. But anyways, I'm in a little bit of a hurry because I've just got a new plan out to one of my returning clients. And yes, it is the 21st of December. I still do have girls start before Christmas, just before Christmas, because that is, I just love to see it. When I have people start before Christmas, like these are the sort of people that I love to work with, or the sorts of women that I love to work with, because they just are so proactive and they just want to get after it. It doesn't really matter about like the time of year. They just know that they benefit from the structure, and also they get a kickstart into the new year that nobody else has. So they have an advantage, and they already have habits that we've built, but we've almost built the foundations before we can then really get things moving once festivities are all done. But I'm actually meeting a couple of the girls to train at 11:30. So right now it is 10:20. Got my pre-workout meal, which is my little oat bowl with whey. Usually when I come home I do leave like some supplements here, so like creatine, glutamine. I have a tub of whey here, so I don't have to like transport things back and forwards between like here and Dubai. But that just comes in handy when you've just got meals to make like this. So I'm gonna eat this now. We're actually going to go out for a little meal later as well, so I'm pulling back my food ever so slightly today, because we're going to go for Thai. So I'm going to meet a few of the girls for Thai food too. I'm not sure, I don't think everyone is coming to train, but it'll be nice to catch up with everyone later. Super, super wholesome. So I'm going to get this down because I'm running a bit behind, and get some more work done before I head out. Surprise! So I've literally just been reflecting on how shit a vlogger I am. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Like, I literally had this whole trip like mapped out of things that I was going to vlog, things that I was going to do. Obviously we had the girls meal the other day, the Christmas meal. That was like a good couple of days ago now, and I forgot to bring my camera to that, so I'll have to pop in a couple of little clips from the meal. We actually got Thai food. It was amazing, and honestly just such a good laugh. Like, every time that I organise things like this, I know not everyone can make it, but I just am I feel so grateful that I have literally the best group of girls ever. Like, it's just such a good laugh, and everyone gets along so well. So yeah, like I always leave those little occasions just on cloud nine, and it's definitely not been an easy 2, 3, even 4 weeks, to be honest, for me. And like I mentioned, there's just a lot going on at the moment, but ultimately, like, those little occasions, those little moments that you have, like on a random Sunday evening where you get to spend that time with those people, it really does mean like so much, you know. And it really grounds you, and it makes you realize the things that you are so grateful for and the things that are truly important, like, in your life. And I think that a lot of that is the people in your life, for sure. And even though they are my clients, I consider them my friends as well. Like, I know that there definitely has to be a line where you obviously have a degree of, where you obviously have authority, otherwise they wouldn't listen to me. But at the same time, I really enjoy fostering an amazing relationship with the girls so that they feel like they can put their trust in me. I then know them really well, not just in terms of the way their physique responds, but also their mentality, their mindset, and just them as a person. Like, I want to know them, not just how their physique reacts to a bowl of oats, you know? So yeah, amazing evening. And today I am in to train legs on my own today, actually. It's actually the 23rd, I think. Yeah, it's 23rd. So tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So this will be, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about training tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. I am still working this week. I'm still doing check-ins with the girls who feel like they still want to have that little bit of accountability. So I've kind of made it a little bit more like optional whether they want to check in or not this week. But I will still be I've still been running through check-ins with the girls that feel like they just need that extra bit of support, which I don't mind at all. Like, I love knowing that they feel well supported. And I've just stopped off at the shop before legs because I had no caffeine in the house. I was so livid, so I've just stopped off at Tesco Express to get like a 4-pack of Monster. Didn't get ID'd for it this time, so that is progress. Let's put it that way. And I'm looking forward to getting in a little session. Like, it's nice, like, obviously I love coming back and training with girls. I think sometimes it's nice to kind of have that little bit of self-reflection time, especially when you've been around a lot of people for some time. So today is the 27th, so I had a beautiful Christmas. What I probably will do is like a little bit of a wrap up with, I suppose, like your mentality post-Christmas as well. But just to explain a little bit about the day before I go into any of that, because otherwise I will be running late. I have actually given myself a bit more time so I can actually record this time. But I'm picking up a couple of my clients, a couple of my longer term clients actually, Abby and Rach, and we're going to head over to a gym called Trap House, which I've actually not been to yet. Well, no. So as you said, you could say that I have been, because it actually used to be, it's the same equipment as the old grow room that I used to go and train at quite often, like maybe once a week. But they've moved it since then and they've called it something different, because I don't think the grow room would have necessarily, I think they had some sort of issues with the name or something like that. But we're going to go give that a little go, because essentially, why not, whilst we're back, and we just do a little girls' road trip, a little training camp for the day. It's been a long time actually since I've seen Rach, because she goes to uni in Brighton now, and obviously I'm out of the country for the most part. So yeah, I think it's probably been maybe 1.5, 2 years since I've seen her. So yeah, obviously we've been working together for quite some time. Obviously Abby, I started training when she was just stepping foot in the gym. She was one of my first PT clients actually at Pure Gym. So yeah, like we all built very, very good relationships, and I'm buzzing for this. It'll be a good crack. Just a quick update before I set off as well, is that somehow I've actually lost a kilo this week. I think I'm not overcompensated for food, I don't think, but I think I've had maybe a little bit of stress drop off maybe the last couple of days too, and that's obviously made a difference. But I feel like I've actually gotten a little bit leaner this week, which was not intentional, but clearly like the buffer I've been giving myself for calories was pretty substantial anyway. And obviously I've been in a deficit for a little while, so even though like my expenditure's been maybe a little bit lower the past couple of days, and obviously I've been eating more. I'm actually having another off-plan meal today as well, so I've been eating off-plan like every couple of days. I feel like I've handled it really, really well this year, so I'll give myself a little bit of a pat on the back. It's the advice that I've given to all my clients, like just started to really put that into practice over this past week or so. But yeah, like I will probably take some pictures tomorrow actually for my check-in next week. Before I fly, which is on Monday, today's Saturday. I haven't even booked my coach to the airport yet, so I've got a good bit to do, and obviously it's still a busy couple of days with me still being here. So anyways, I'm going to crack on now because I'm going to be late, but then I will want to run you through in this vlog like sort of how your mentality the best mentality to have post-Christmas, let's put it that way, or post-festivities. Maybe I should wait to do this until like actually after New Year's as well.
We both fake tanned. You want to see the colour of my legs? They're horrendous. Because look, our colours
Oh.
Wow.
Are we ready?
Amateur. Let's go.
So this session actually ended up being pretty good. I felt like it picked up a bit more towards the back end. One thing I will say is that this Smith, I adore the Cybex Smith machine. Like seriously, it's the best Smith you'll ever use. However, this one's like slightly off the runners a little bit. So every time we go to try and rack it back in, it was a struggle. So they need to almost like fix it to realign it because it's borderline like dangerous. I would not want to squat on that, like that's for sure, because it would just be too risky. But we did manage to get a good bit done. We stuck mainly to Abby's normal session, so I'm pretty easy these days. I literally just run with whatever I've set the girls, like rather than doing my own programming. By the way, yes, I have worn this jumper for like almost every single clip in this video, but it's usually over another jumper, so it's actually not that manky, I promise you that. I've not sweated in it that much, but anyways, a lot of this was about just supporting the girls, taking them through a few sets, just having a good time. It's been ages since I've seen Rach as well, so it is actually outrageous how much her legs have grown. Like she's been on a lot more of a lower body dominant programming for the past few years because that's just where she's wanted to grow. It's her focus point, and she is like a good few kilos up now compared to where she was when we started, because she was actually very, very slight when we started, and she just loves the way that she is grown now, and I love that for her. I feel like a lot of women these days spend a good whack of their life trying to chase their smaller self. So when you switch your mindset and you actually want to grow muscle, you want to have more shape, you want to set yourself up for future dieting phases when you can then have more definition because you have more muscle. Like it's very empowering because you feel like you're fueling your body well. You feel like you go into the session strong. You feel like, you're not food focused, you're hungry all the time. You can have more balance, more flexibility. So seeing the girls through that process and seeing them change their mindset, oh my God, it's the best feeling because I've been through it myself. I think that we've all had a stint of maybe just feeling like smaller is better. But I remember back when I started training, there was definitely a time where I did that, and when I almost got to my quote unquote goal, like body weight, because that's just where I just chased a number thinking that was basically where I was going to be happy at a certain set number, which is never the case. But I didn't even look how I wanted to look because I just had no muscle. I was just straight up and down, literally had no shape to me whatsoever, and actually taking the time to grow and build muscle, as uncomfortable as it might have been at the time, when I dieted down, oh my God, it was so worth it. And that's what I teach the girls as well. So, obviously it's so good to be able to talk about these things with them and, share those experiences and share like how far they've come and just to have such a good time. And it's just so wholesome. It is like, I have literally the best group of girls, I swear to God. I keep saying it again and again, but I'm so grateful for them. I always have such a good time with them. They are just the most beautiful humans. Session is done. What's the verdict? Because I've not been to Trap House before. Well, I suppose it's just Graham, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty good. They got.
No, I'm in the back, just like a little floating.
So
Good for like your first free session.
Yeah.
Like you can't really.
You could have a good session in there. I think
Yeah.
it just picked up a bit more towards the back end.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I would say a lot of the equipment's probably for bigger, taller people.
They've got some nice pieces in there.
Yeah.
They do have some nice pieces. I feel like it's just like most places that are a little bit smaller, they probably don't have the space for like everything.
No.
But you can still get a good session in there. Like I'd prefer to train there than like a lot of places, you know. And also it was just cold, so
I think it's got everything you need though. Like you can still
it was just the Smith machine was a bit
Yeah.
rickety.
sketchy. I don't know how I would feel about squatting on that because you wouldn't be able to rack it and you feel like I am not safe.
You're just like sort of stuck under it, aren't you?
Yeah, not great.
Well, it was the same with the hip thrusting. It was a little bit. It's made a little bit for bigger people. It wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same
Really
with
made
it.
for my
I always
height.
find with the glute drive though, that's always the case. But
Overall, good session though.
Good session.
I'm fucking cooked.
that leg press is like
We are cooked, ladies and gents. We are cooked.
that 45-degree side box leg press is lovely.
It's beautiful.
I think that's
so
what
lovely.
saved. That's what saved my session.
Yeah.
I think.
That was class. So we have post-workout here now. Well, you don't have post-workout, do you?
Well, I've got an orange. Everyone was laughing at me for bringing an orange. Yet who's laughing now? Non-frozen. Everyone else is frozen.
Well, I have my frozen mango and my chicken. Now, I don't have any carbs in this one because I'm going back to have a meal that my mum's going to make. So I'm leaving a little bit of room. So that's why it literally looks so sad.
My generic Cocoa Pops, which every fucking bodybuilder and their mum has.
Yeah, literally every man and their dog has post-workout, and then Rach has her orange.
She's not replenishing her glycogen stores, but at least she's got her vitamin C.
Yeah.
I'm just going with you. It's spontaneous brain.
And this is literally just so I don't go hypo on the way back and crash the car. So, needs must. Needs must. I realised I didn't even outro this vlog. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit bitty. My vlogs at the moment are a little bit all over the place. Please bear with me. But if you did enjoy this vlog, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if there's anything else you want to see. And I'll catch you in the next one.